Hello everyone, good afternoon. Uh, Congratulations for clearing the SBI clerical prelims. Now, in this session, we'll take up, and this session will continue for 3 hours. So, in this session, we'll discuss puzzles, input output, series, coding decoding questions, which are recent memory based questions as well as the questions which they are giving repeatedly in IBPS clerical means as well as SBI clerical means. We'll take up those models as well as recent memory based questions and also most expected models. So we are going to cover all these areas: puzzles, input output, series, and coding and decoding. Now, so without wasting much time, let's get into the questions. And before going to that, I hope you know that you will be given 50 questions and the number of marks are 60. 50 questions will be given and number of marks allotted will be 60. 50 question, 60 marks, right? Now, let's get into the questions. And the time limit, you have to be careful. You also have the time limit for SBI clerical mains. First set is on your screen. 13 houses are in a linear row. 13 houses are in a linear row of from west to east, and all the houses are facing towards north. The first house from the west end is considered house number 1, and the house that is to the immediate right of house number 1 is considered as house number 2, and so on. So we have total 13 houses. So the house which is at the right end will be house number 13. The house which is at the left end will be house number 1. Like house number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 houses. And what is also given? 9 persons. So we have 13 houses, but we have only 9 people. 9 persons live in 9 different houses. 9 people live in 9 different houses, but the number of houses available are 13. What they said about the remaining 4 houses? And the 4 houses are vacant. Vacant means where no one will lives. No 2 vacant houses are adjacent to each other. And no 2 vacant houses are adjacent to each other. What does it mean? If the house number 1 is a vacant, 2 cannot be vacant. If house number 3 is a vacant, 2 cannot be vacant, or 4 cannot be vacant. Okay, so we have this kind of basic information, and followed by this, we have given lengthy data. So using the data, we need to answer to the question. Once go through the information and try to understand what exactly given and from where you have to begin, and then we'll discuss. I will be giving a couple of minutes time to just go through the data. Kindly go through the data once. B lives in house number 7. Only 3 houses are between the house in which B and E live. J lives in a house that is to the immediate right of E's house. The number of houses that are to the right of the house in which J lives is one less than the number of houses The number of houses that are to the left of the house in which F lives. The house which are adjacent to F are not vacant. Only two persons live in the houses. Only two persons live in the houses which are between the houses in which F and H live. G's house is third to the right of the H house. H house is not at any end. Four houses are there between the houses in which G and C live. C's house is to the right of D's house and to the left of I's house. Okay. We'll take up this information in the next slide, and there we'll discuss in detail how these kind of questions will be solved. Right. Now we have given B lives in house number 7. B lives in house number 7. Let us give from the left hand to right hand house numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and 13 houses. So here also we'll begin with the first clue only. If we are able to place anything directly in the arrangement, we'll place it. If we can't place or if we can't use the given data at that time, we'll write that in a short form and we'll keep it aside. Whenever it is required, we'll use that. Okay. Now, what is the first clue is given? B lives in house number 7. So, B lives in house number 7. House number 7. Only 3 houses are there between the houses in which B and E live. In which B and E live. There will be how many houses? Only 3 houses. But it is not given whether the house in which E lives is to the left of the house in which B lives, or the house in which E lives is to the right of the house in which B lives is not given. Okay. So, 1, 2, 3 houses gap. House number E may be given to, E may be living in house number 3, or we have another possibility as well. That is, B lives in house number 7. Let me give the numbering here also. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Now, the house in which E lives is to the right of the house in which B lives. 1, 2, 3 gaps. Here is house number E. So we have these two cases when we gone through the 2 clues. Now, what is the third clue is given? J lives in a house that is the immediate right of E's house. Immediate right of E's house, J lives. In case 1, let us consider this as a case 1. This is a case 1 and this one is a case 2. Now, in case 1, E lives in house number 3. Immediate right of house number 3 is house number 4. So, J lives in house number 4. In case 2, E lives in house number 11. Immediate right of house number 11 is house number 12. J lives in house number 12. Now, what is next given? So, this clue is completely utilized. Next, the number of houses that are to the right of the house in which J lives is 1 less than the number of houses that are to the left of the house in which F lives. Let us analyze this data carefully. We have given J and F as a reference. It is mentioned that number of houses that are to the right of J. that are to the right of J. Let's say this is X. Is 1 less than the number of houses that are to the left of F. Left of F. This will be X plus 1 houses. Then this will be exactly a minus 1, 1 less than. Let us go to the case 1. In case 1, right side of J, how many houses are there? J living in house number 4. Now to the right side of J, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 houses are there. So right side of J in case 1, we have 9 houses. Then left side of F to be 9 plus 1, 10 houses. Left side of F to be 10 houses in case 1. In case 1. In order to be 10 houses to the left side of F, F must be living in house number 11. F must be living in house number 11. I hope you are following this. Now, let's come to the case 2. In case 2, J lives in house number 12. Now, right side of J, we have one house. Right side of J, we have only one house. Since J lives in house number 12 and we have only house number 13 to the right side. Then left side of F will be how many houses? X plus 1 houses. So that should be 2 houses. That should be how many houses? 2 houses. That is in case 2. Now, in order to be 2 houses to the left side of F, F should be living in house number 3, right? House number 3. So still both the cases are valid. Still both the cases are valid. Fine. Let's move further. The houses which are adjacent to F's house are not vacant. Adjacent to F's house, F lives in house number 11. So 10 is not a vacant. 12 is also not a vacant. It means there is someone who lives in house number 10. Similarly, one person lives in house number 12 as well. These two are not vacant. If you want, you can cancel this. You can strike off this. This is not vacant. Similarly, in case 2, F lives in house number 3. Now, which are not vacant? House number 2, house number 4 are not vacant. So, here persons will live in house number 2 and in house number 4. It is not a vacant. Here also it is not vacant. Fine. And also we have our information regarding the vacant houses. No two adjacent houses are also vacant. Remember that. No two adjacent houses are also vacant. Now, what is the next information given? Only 2 persons. In previous all the clues, it is mentioned houses. Only 3 houses are between the houses in which B and E live, and the number of houses to the right of the house in which J lives is 1 less than the number of houses that are to the left of the house in which F lives. So in each case, they have taken houses. But when it comes to this case, they have considered persons. Persons means in order to be a 2 persons, a minimum anyway 2 houses are needed. Even it could also be 3 houses, such that it could be 1 vacant. Okay, so it could be 3 houses or it could also be 4 houses with 2 vacant. Those are possible situations. So you have to be careful in this case whether they mention the persons or whether they mention the houses. So here it is persons. Now only 2 persons live in the houses which are between F and H live. F and H live. Anyway, we know that F lives in house number 11. Right. So F lives in house number 11. Definitely we cannot take H to the right side of F, because we have only two houses. Though these two houses are not vacant, assuming that persons are living in these houses, two persons you may fix, but you cannot fix the H. So we cannot take it to the right side. So we must take it to the left side. And left side also, house number 10 is not a vacant. We already confirmed that. House number 10 is not a vacant. Now, let us assume that house number 9 is a vacant. Assume that house number 9 is a vacant. Assume that. Then house number 8 should not be vacant, because no two adjacent houses are vacant. So here also one person will live. And between F and H, we have two people. Between F and H, we have two people, not the two houses, two people will live. Now, F here, those two people will be 1 and 2, then H should come to the left side of B. If H will come to the left side of B, between F and H, how many people will be there? 1, 2 and B also included, which is not possible. It means you cannot assume this as a vacant. You cannot assume this as a vacant. Clear? Now, suppose if you take this house as a vacant, if you take this house as a vacant, for example, and here a person will live, then also one person will live in house number 10, a second person will live in house number 9, and this is vacant, but still we have a B. So H to be taken to the left side of 7th house only. Then house number 10, house number 8, house number 7, we have 3 people, but we have to place only 2 people between F and H. Okay, but we are getting 3 people. It means in this case, we cannot place a person. We cannot place a person, because definitely you can say that one of them has to live in house number 10, and these two we have verified by taking the what? A vacant. It is not working out. So case 1 is ruled out. Now let's talk about the case 2. Let's talk about the case 2. I hope you understood the logic behind this. Once just confirm me, anyone want me to repeat the case 1? How it is eliminated? Just please confirm me. Google, is it clear to you? Yes, Gokul, your answer is right. Right. Now let's move on to the case 2. In case 2, F lives in house number 3. Now, again, house number 1, definitely one person will live. Now, house number 5, assume that it has a vacant. Assume that it has a vacant. Okay. And here, before eliminating this case, let me explain you one more point in detail. Here, house number 10, one person is living. House number 9, also one person is living. Then you may place the H here. There is no problem, right? We may place the H here. We have not considered that case. I am sorry for that. So H may be taken here. Then here 2 people will live. But we have to adjust the 4 vacant houses. Among the 1 and 2, there will be only one vacant house. One vacant. Among the 5 and 6, there will be only one vacant house. Now, among 9 and 10, vacant is not possible, because we assumed that 2 people live between F and H. Now, 13th house is a vacant. So, we are able to adjust only 3 vacant houses. So, basing on this, this case is ruled out. Okay. Now, let's move on to this. Again, the same situation here. One person will live in house number 4. If you assume house number 5 as a vacant, definitely here one person should live. Then if one person leave, 1, 2 and H to be taken to the right side of the 7th house, then there will be a minimum 3 people between F and H. There will be a minimum 3 people between F and H, which means house number 5 cannot be vacant. Let us assume that house number 6 is a vacant. Okay, then here person will live. So house number 4 and house number 5, we have a persons. And F, first person, second person, and then again, if you consider this as a vacant, house number 6 as a vacant, uh, B lives in the house number 7, and if you take H to the right side of house number 7, a minimum 3 people live between F and H. So even this cannot be taken as a vacant. But there is a situation here, house number 4 and house number 5, in these two houses persons are living, and in house number 6 H lives. Then only 2 people are between F and H, right? Now we have to adjust the vacant houses. Now let's see, house number 2 we have a person, house number 3 we have a person, house number 4 we have a person, house number 5 we have a person, house number 6 we have a person, house number 7 we have a person. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 people. And house number 11, house number 12 also. Right, we have a persons. So total as of now we have adjusted 8 people. Now we have to adjust the 4 vacants. Definitely in order to adjust the 4 vacants, as no 2 adjacent houses are vacant, one of these 2 will be vacant, and anyway 4, 5, 6 are not vacant. 2 of these 3 should be vacant, and one of these 2 will be vacant. Okay, so the only possibility is house number 13th will be the vacant, and anyway house number 2 is not vacant, house number 1 will be vacant. Now among the 8, 9, 10 houses, no 2 adjacent houses are vacant, and also we have to adjust the 2 more vacant houses. So the only possibility is house number 8 and 10 will be vacant. Okay, now this one will be vacant, house number 8, and house number 10 is also vacant house. Okay, so we are able to adjust all the 4 vacant houses. So rest we should fix the persons. Now let's see what is given next. G's house is third to the right of H house. A third right means how many gaps will be there? 2 gaps will be there. 2 gaps will be there. G's house is third right of H house. First right, second right, third right. So who will live? G will live. So G. G's house is third to the right of H house. Now H house is not at any end. Yes, H is living in house number 6. He is not at any end. Okay. Next, 4 houses are there between the houses in which G and C live. G is living in house number 9. 4 houses could be to the left side or could be to the right side. But right side we have 4 houses, but we don't have a place to place the C, because we have only 4 houses, 1, 2, 3, 4, and we reach the right end. So we cannot move further. So it has to be left side of G only. So 1, 2, 3, 3, 4. So C lives in house number 4. Okay. Now what is given next? C's house is to the right of D's house and to the left of I's house. So what is given? C's house is to the right side of D's house and to the left side of I's house. Now where you can adjust? Now we left with only house number 2 and house number 5. So D should be adjusted in house number 2. Then C sits to the right side of D, and I should be living in house number 5. So C is to the left side of I. So this is a final arrangement. Okay. So while I'm explaining, it is taking a lot of time, but if you do it from your end, definitely this question will take less than 10 minutes time to complete. Okay. And if this kind of questions are given in mains exam, below this 4 to 5 questions they will give you. Here I am not going to take up 4 to 5 questions. I am going to take up only 3 questions, but in general, you will be given 4 to 5 questions. And surprisingly, you may be also given 2 marks. Each question carries 2 marks. So 5 questions or 5 to the 10 marks. There is a possibility. Since I hope you know the pattern. 50 questions will be given, 60 marks will be given, and you will be having a variable marking. You will also be having what? A variable marking. So when you have the variable marking, 10 questions will carry 20 marks. 10 questions will carry 20 marks because 50 questions are 60 marks. So these kind of sets they will give you for 2 marks. Okay. So this is a one question which they are giving repeatedly in IBPS clerical mains and in SBI clerical mains. So far it appeared 2 to 3 times. I don't remember exactly the number, but minimum 2 times this question has appeared in the exam. So there is a possibility again to give this kind of models. Okay. Now let's get into the questions. First question: how many vacant houses are there? How many vacant houses are there between the houses in which H and E live? E is here and H is here. So how many vacant houses are there? 2 vacant houses. So answer is 2, but is it in choice 3? So choice 3 is correct. Okay. Now let's move to the next question. Next, who lives in the house which is second to the right of the house in which H lives? Who lives in the house which is second to the right of the house in which H lives? Here is a H. Second to the right of the H. First right, second right, second right. It is actually a vacant house. It means no one lives. Choice 5. Clear? Next one. Whose house is not adjacent to the vacant house? Let's verify. We have to go through the choices. What is the first option? D. House D is adjacent to vacant. So it is not my first option. House B. B is also adjacent to vacant house. So it is not my second option. J. House J is also adjacent to a vacant house. So not the third option. House G. I mean person G. G also live adjacent to the vacant house. It's not the fourth option. I. So I's house is not adjacent to any vacant house. So choice 5 is correct. Okay. Now I'll move to the next question. Right. Once go through the data. I'll give you a couple of minutes time. Once go through the data and let us understand how to get the basic structure for this, and then start reading the clues. First, once go through the data. "21 people work in a bank in a position among chairman, a general manager, that is mentioned as GM, manager M, assistant manager, that is AM, a probationary officer, a PO, and clerk." Okay, 6 designations are given in total. But we have how many people? 21 people. We have 21 people, but we have given only 6 designations. Now, what else is mentioned? The number of people working in any position. In any position, the number of people working is one more than the number of people working in the immediate senior position. Immediate senior positions. So, what we know about the positions? Once observe the note. What is the note given? The positions has been given in the decreasing order of their ranks. Decreasing order of their ranks. It means chairman is the senior most, and next senior most is a general manager, and the next is a manager, and the next senior most is a assistant manager, and then probationary officer, or finally clerk. Now, the chairman is a senior most person and clerk is a junior most person. Now, once again, this data, read it again. In any position, the number of people working is one more than the number of people working in the immediate senior position. Suppose if three people work as a managers, if three people work as a managers, then four people will work as assistant managers. Four people will work as assistant managers, because a managers is immediate senior cadre to assistant managers. Okay, and we have this information, lengthy data, it's fine, but we have to know that how many people will work in each cadre. Now, how are we going to find that? It is very, very crucial. Number of people given are how many? 21. So, we have 6 designations and 21 people, such that number in any position, the number of people working is one more than the number of people working in the immediate senior position. If X number of people working as a chairman, X number of people working as a chairman, X plus 1 people will work as a general manager, because it is exactly one more than the immediate senior position. Then X plus 2 number of people, X plus 2 number of people works as a manager, and X plus 3 number of people will work as an assistant manager, and then X plus 4 number of people will work as a probationary officer, and X plus 5 number of people works as a clerk. And this total is equal to how many people? 21 people, which means X plus 1 plus X plus 2 plus X plus 3 plus X plus 4 plus X plus 5 is equal to 21. Clear? Now, from this equation, you can find out the X value, right? 1 time, 2 times, 3 times, 4 times, 5 times, 6 times. So, 6 times of X plus 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5 is 15. That is equal to 21. So, 6x is equal to 6. That implies X is equal to 1. So, what we have considered as a X? A chairman. So, number of people working as a chairman is 1. If the number of people working as a chairman is 1, now a number of people working as a general manager will be 2. And the number of people working as a manager will be 3. And the number of people working as an assistant manager will be 4. And the number of people working as a probationary officer will be 5. And the number of people working as a clerk will be 6. That is final. Okay. So, this total leads to 21. I hope you understood the basic structure. Even in the basic structure, when you are taking, you have to take the designations in the same order. First is the chairman, and then the general manager, and manager, assistant manager, or probationary officer, finally clerk. Clear? Right. Now, let's move to the next slide. Once go through the data, once go through the clues. Uh, is everyone understood the basic structure which we have discussed in the previous slide? If not, please comment. I am going to repeat it again. If yes, once go to the data, we'll discuss directly. Right. Now, so chairman, general manager, manager, assistant manager, PO, clerk. Now, we already discussed one person works as a chairman, two as a GM, three as a manager, four as assistant manager, five as a PO, six as a clerk. Next, what is given? D works as a manager, direct information. D works as a manager. So here D will come. Next, and is in the next immediate senior position to G. So D is immediate senior to G. So D is working as a manager, then G will work as a assistant manager because it is mentioned immediate senior position. Okay. And what is given? B and C work in the same position. B and C work in the same position and are a senior to D. B and C work in the same position and are senior to D. B and C to be senior to D. And we know very clearly D is working as a manager. D is working as a manager. Now B and C work in the same position. It means in that cadre minimum two people should work and they should be senior to D. That means senior to manager. Now senior to manager we have the general manager and chairman. But in chairman cadre two people can't work. Only one person is working as the chairman. Then definitely this B and C must work as a general manager. So B, C. So it is completely done. So general manager cadre is completely done. We are able to identify who are working as a general managers. Okay. Now let's move further. Now MNLO work in the same position and are junior to G. MNL are working in the same position but are junior to G. So M, N, L. These three people are working in the same cadre but are junior to G. G is working as a AM. Then MNL are working as either PO or a clerk. Either PO or clerk. Okay. Now, so PO clerk means we have to consider the two cases. If it is leading to the cases, better to take the cases and work on both the possibilities simultaneously. Now, let me take the second case. So anyway, B and C are working as a GM, D and G. Now the case one where M, N, L are working as a PO. Now the second case where M, N, L are working as a clerks. Okay. Next, H is in the next immediate junior position to E, but next immediate senior position to L. Now, observe this point carefully. H is immediate junior position to E, and immediate senior position to L. So these three should come in three consecutive designations such that H is immediately junior to E and H is immediately senior to L. And among these three people, we have the information regarding L. Whose information we know? L's information we know. What we know? In case 1, we know L is working as a PO. In case 2, L is working as a clerk. So immediate senior cadre, H works as a AM, and immediate senior cadre, E works as a manager. In case 1. In case 2, L is working as a clerk, so H should work as a PO, and then E should work as a AM. Okay, still both the cases are valid. Fine. Now let's move further. Q, R, and S work in the same position, but not with M. So Q, R, S are working in the same position, but not with M. Let us analyze this data carefully. Q, R, S are working in the same position, but does not work in the cadre in which M works, but not with M. Now, here M is working as a PO. So QRS should not work as a PO, but these three should come in the same designation. Where you have that scope? It cannot be chairman, because here only we will be having one person, and already we identified who are working as a GM. And here we have a scope to place the three people, but in both the cases we have DE or D. It means in both the cases you cannot place the QRS in manager position. Now AM, already we have two people. Now we have a place for only one more person. Here we have a place for only one person. Here we have a place for only two people. But we have to look for the people, three people who are working in the same position. Q or S. Okay. Here in AM also we have only two people scope. And here also, in second case also, we have only scope for two people. In PO cadre, yes, definitely they not work with M. Then the only possibility in the case 1 is QRS works as a clerks. QRS works as a clerks. Now, in case 2, anyway, QRS does not work with M, so they won't be clerks. The only possibility is they must be working as a PO. So Q, R, S are working as a PO in case 2. I hope it is clear to you. Now, what is given next? K is junior to G but senior to P. Let us analyze this data as well. K is junior to G but senior to P. Let's try to place this. G is working as a AM. G itself is working as a AM. So if G is working as a AM, K definitely should work as a PO and P should definitely work as a clerk. Though it is not mentioned immediate junior, but G itself is working as a AM. Below AM only we have two designations, PO and clerk, and these K is junior to P, K is junior to G, and P is junior to K. So here who will come? K will come, and in this position P will come. A similar case here also. K will come here and P will come here. Now if you observe carefully, here we have to fix the 5 people and all the 5 people were fixed. Okay. Next. Anyway, 2 people here are fixed in the GM cadre. Okay. Now move further. I and J work in the same position but does not work as a clerk. I and J are working in the same position. I and J are working in the same position, but they do not work as a clerk. Okay. Now, in this case, where can you place both I and J such that they should be in the same cadre? such that they should be in the same cadre, but not clerk. I and J, in any case, they are not working as a clerk, but they should work in the same cadre. Definitely cannot be the chairman, GM, and even cannot be manager as well, because already 2 people are there. Now, even in the PO, in case 1, 4 people are fixed, we have scope for only 1 more person. So, we cannot place. So, only in the assistant manager cadre we can place I and J. Now, let us come into this case. Either you may place in the manager cadre or you may also place in assistant manager cadre. Okay, still both the cases are valid. Okay, but wait for some time. Let's go through the remaining data. Can we fix anything? Let's see. Okay, I hope we have placed everything as of now. Okay, fine. What is next given? O neither works with T nor Q. O does not work with Q. So here who will not come? In this case, O will not come here. Anyway, already these 5 people are fixed. So O cannot be with Q. And also mentioned O cannot be with T as well. O should not work in the same cadre in which T works. Okay. Next. F is senior to O and junior to A. F is senior to O and junior to A. Okay. F is a senior to O and a junior to A. Let's see where it can be fixed. AFO. Okay. Now observe carefully. AFO and O cannot be in the clerical cadre. So one gap, and one gap. So chairman, manager, and PO. So A, F, O. Now let us come into this case. AFO, where these people can work. So here we have a couple of cases, right? G, E, B, C, D. M, N, L are working in the same cadre as the PO or clerk. E is senior to H and H is senior to L. Okay. Q or S are working in the same cadre but not in which M works. B and C both are senior to D. Okay, fine. Now AFO, where we can adjust these people. You may adjust AFO here. If you adjust the AFO here, I and J should work in the same cadre, which is not possible to place. Because if it is A, if it is O, F, and if it is O, nowhere else we can fix IJ. So definitely this is not the situation. So definitely A should come here only. There is no doubt about that. A should come there only. Okay. And anyway, F is not here and both F and O cannot be here. So definitely O should be here. If you take again same problem, F and O both here, I and J should be fixed. Maybe there is a possibility that both I and J can be here. Yes, both I and J can be here. Just a moment. Okay, now right. So G is working as a AM and K, P, all people we placed. Now whom we left with? T, U work in the same position. T and U are also working in the same position. In case 1, definitely the only possibility is T and U are working here. Now let's see whether the case 2 is also valid or not. Before that, once we'll go through the entire data once. B and C work in the same position and are senior to D. Yes, it is valid. Next, M and L work in the same position and are junior to G, absolutely valid. Next, H is in the next immediate junior position to E. Yes, H is next immediate junior position to E. Okay. Next, but immediate senior position to L. Yes, H is in the immediate senior position to L. QRS work in the same cadre, but not with M. Yes. So here QRS, three people are working in the same cadre. Next, K is junior to G but senior to P. Yes, K is junior to G and also senior to P. I and J in the same cadre but does not work as a clerk. So definitely I and J should work here only. I and J should definitely work here only. And also T and U also work in the same cadre. T and U should work in the same cadre. Okay. And also what is given, it is not that definitely these two places, but T and U should work in the same cadre. And we have the information O neither works with T nor Q. So O and Q are not in the same cadre. O and T also will not be in the same cadre. O and T will also be not in the same cadre. Now let us try to fix I, J, T, U. These are the people we left with. I, J, T, U, F and O. Okay. Now where can you fix the F? I and J should be in the same cadre. So definitely these two places only, because I and J is not here. Let us take I and J are here. Then definitely this will be F without any doubt. And this position goes to O. And this position goes to O. But T and U should work in the same cadre. Already 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people here. So T and U should both, we have one place here and one place here, which is not possible. Okay. So I and J are not here. And let us consider I and J are in this place. I and J are here. If it is I and J, again the similar situation. It should be F and O should come here only. Then again here we have the one place and here we have the one place. But both T and U should work in the same cadre. So which means case 2 is ruled out. So we have only one case 1. Okay. Let's answer the questions. Right. What is the position of J? J is working as assistant manager. That is AM, choice 4. Next, who among the following people are in the same position as O? K, L, M, N. Who is available in the option N? Choice 5. Next one. How many people work in the same position as S, excluding S? Excluding S, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people are there. So choice 3 of 5 people. Clear? Now let's move to the next set. Now this one is a recent exam question. Let's see. Recent SBI clerical mains, which happened in March, April that time. Let's go through the data. Of 15 persons are sitting in 5 rows labeled row 1 to row 5. Row 1 to row 5. And all are facing north. North. Each row has 3 chairs. Each row has 3 chairs. The first row is considered as row 1. And the row which is immediately behind row 1 is considered as row 2 and so on. So basically row 1, row 2 and so on means row 3, row 4 and row 5. Okay. And each row we have 3 chairs. So in each row we have 3 chairs. I am explaining the basic structure. Each row we have 3 chairs. In each row we have 3 chairs. Okay, and students given the feedback who wrote the SBI clerical mains, the situation is given that a bus, on the bus left side we have a 2 seats and right side we have a 1 seat. In between we have a path to walk. A similar situation. Okay, next. Each chair in row 2 is exactly behind one chair in row 1. So this chair is immediately behind this chair and this chair is immediately behind this chair. Similarly, these are immediately behind. These chairs are immediately behind. Okay, immediately behind. Immediately behind. Let's say here A is there, here B is there. Now here you can say that the seat in which B lives is immediately behind the seat in which A lives. Okay. Now for example, B is here. You cannot say the same thing. But you can say what? The seat in which the row in which B lives is immediately behind the row in which A lives. There is a lot of difference if they use the row and if they use the term seat. Okay, this is immediately behind seat. This is immediately behind row. Okay, I hope you understood the clear difference between the term row and seat. Okay, and what else is given? In any row, the distance between any two adjacent chairs is equal. Okay, so distance between the adjacent chairs is equal. Immediately behind, immediately behind, immediately left, immediately left, immediate right, immediate right. Now, exactly one person sits in each chair. In each chair, we have only one person. The following information is known about them. Okay, so we have the information. I hope you understood the basic structure. Now, I'll present you the data. You may check for some time. Okay, now let's see the data. What is given? M is seated in row 2. So, M is seated in row 2. And to the left of the person who is sitting at the right end. M is sitting in row 2 and to the left of the person who is sitting at the right end, which means M cannot be at the right end. So, M may be at the left end or second middle seat. Maybe at the left hand seat or at the middle seat, but not at the right hand. Okay. Okay. So, row 1, row 2, row 3, row 4 and row 5. M sits in row 2. M sits in row 2, but not at the right hand. Because it is mentioned M sits to the left of the person who sits at the right hand. So, M is left of this person. Could be anywhere. Maybe this seat or maybe this seat. Or one of these two places goes to M. Okay. What is given next? N is seated in row 3. Okay. N is sitting in row 3. Seat is not mentioned, but N is sitting in row 3. But not the chair in which N is seated. The chair in which N is seated is not immediately behind the chair in which M is seated. It means N seat is not immediately behind M seat, not immediately behind. But you know very clearly, M should sit in row 2 N should sit in row 3. And next, what is given? O is seated to the right of N in the same row. O is seated to the right of N in the same row. So basing on this, we can conclude that even N cannot be at the right end. N cannot be at the right end. Then where can we adjust M and N? Let's see. Because for M and N also we have a link. What is that link? The seat in which N sits is not immediately behind the seat in which M sits. Let's see what are the possible cases that we get. Now the one case we get M here, then anyway N cannot be here. Now in this case N cannot be here also. So this place goes to N. That is a case 1. Where M is in the middle seat. Now there is a possibility that M can be at the left end. Then N cannot be here at the right end. Now N cannot be immediately behind M. So N should be at the middle. N should be at the middle. Now, what is given next? The chair in which P is seated is immediately behind the chair in which O is seated. O is seated. But where O is sitting? O is seated to the right of N. O is seated to the right side of N, but immediately behind the seat of O, who is sitting? P is sitting. So we have to fix O. So let us try to fix the O. Now in this case, O may be here or O may be here also. So we have one more case as well. Let me take that case also. M, N, O. Now in this case, right side of N, O, only one case, O. And immediately behind O, we have P. Immediately behind O, we have P. So all the 3 cases are valid. So let us try to work on all these 3 cases simultaneously. If more than the 3 cases, or if you get anything like that, try to club the information. Okay. Now, what is given next? R and Q are seated in the same row. So wherever R and Q, they must be sitting in the same row. R and Q are seated in the same row. Okay, fine. Next, this right now we cannot place anywhere directly. Let's keep it aside, or whenever it is required, we'll use that. Now, the number of persons are seated to the left of P in the row in which P is seated is the same as the number of persons seated to the left of Q in the row which Q is seated. And also given Q is seated ahead of P. Q is seated ahead of P. So Q is seated ahead of P. It is not mentioned immediately ahead, just it is mentioned ahead of P. And number of persons in each seat, one person will sit. So number of persons to the left of X is same as number of persons to the left of P, which means you can conclude that Q and P are also sitting in the same seat numbers. If you say this is a seat number 1, seat number 2, seat number 3 in the rows, definitely they must be sitting in the same seat numbers. Then only if X number of people to the left of Q, the same X number of people will be to the left side of P. Only in that situation it is possible, right? I hope it is clear to you. And Q is also head of P, and also we have a point Q and R in the same row. Okay, so many cases are there. P is head of Q means Q may be here and Q may be here. In this case, the only possibility is Q is here. I'm sorry, we made a small mistake. M should be in the row 2, right? I'm sorry. M is here in row 2 and N is here and O here and P here. Right. Again, a Q may be here, a Q may be here. In this case also. In this case, the only possibility is Q is here. Left side of P is same as right side of Q. Now, what is also mentioned? Q and M are seated in a different rows. Q and M are seated in a different rows. Q and M are not in the same row. So earlier we thought of one of these two places, but not this place. So this place goes to Q. Here also, this place not goes for Q. This place goes for Q. Left side of Q, 2 people, and left side of P also 2 people. Left side of Q, 2 people, left side of P, 2 people. Left side of Q, 1 person, left side of P, 1 person. So still all the cases are valid. And all the clues are utilized except R and Q in the same row. We'll fix. Let's move further. The chair in which X seated is immediately ahead of the chair in which W seated. The chair in which X is seated is immediately ahead of the chair in which W is seated, but is not seated immediately behind the chair in which N is seated. N is seated. So let us write this data carefully. X is seated immediately ahead of W. X is immediately ahead of W. It means same column, but not immediately behind N. It could be behind N, but should not be immediately behind N. It should not be immediately behind N. It could be behind N, but need not to be. Sorry, it should not be immediately behind N. It could be behind N. Okay. So if it is a N, I can conclude that this cannot be X position. This cannot be W position. This cannot be X position, and this cannot be W position. Here also similar rule. It cannot be X place. It cannot be W place. Move further. So this yet to be fixed, and this data also yet to be fixed. Okay. Next, the chair in which S is seated is immediately behind the chair in which R is seated. So immediately behind R, so R is here, immediately behind R seat, S seat is there. It means same column. Immediately behind R, the chair in which S is seated is immediately behind R. So let us adjust that. Where can you place the R and S? Anyway, you know that R and Q should be in the same row. So R should be in the row 1 only. But immediately behind R, S. So the only possibility is RS here. Even in this case, RS. In this case, again, we have a possibility here and we have also here. Again, we have 2 cases. But I'm not interested to extend the one more case. Let's add some more points. Now, what is given next? T is seated. T is seated to the right of S in the same row. So T is right side of S. If T is right side of S, S cannot be at the right end. So earlier we thought of S could be here, R and S could be like this, but S cannot be at the right end. So the only possibilities are here and S here. And right side of S, you should be able to fix the T. Need not be immediate right, but should be the right side of S in the same row. So S, M, T will be here. S, M, T. M, S, okay, right side of S, T. Still all the cases are valid. Okay, fine. Now let's move further. Y is not adjacent to the person who sits at the right end. Y is not adjacent to the person who sits at the right end means simple. Y should not be in the middle column. Y should not be in the middle column because Y should not be adjacent to the person at the right end. Q is at the right end, so Y cannot be adjacent. O is at the right end, Y cannot be adjacent. P is at the right end, Y cannot be adjacent. Someone else will be here, and to that person also Y cannot be at the right adjacent. Similar rule here also. This cannot be Y. This cannot be Y's position. This position cannot be given to Y. Y is not adjacent to the person who sits at the right hand. So this whoever sits here, all these people are adjacent to the person who is at the right end. So y should not be in the middle column. I hope you understood the logic here. Next, W and L are seated in the same row. L is seated at the right end of the row. W and L are in the same row. And W and L are in the same row. And L is at the right end. L is at the right end. Let's see where we have that scope. When you fix the W, you should also fix the X. X is immediately ahead of W. X is immediately ahead of W. W and L. Where can you fix that? L should be at the right end. And W is also in the same row. Okay. L cannot be here in row 3, row 1. L cannot be in row 2. L cannot be in row 3. L can be in the row 4. If I fix the L at the right end, this should be W. Immediately ahead of W, I should be able to fix X, which is not possible. So W cannot be here, so L cannot be here. Now, if I take the L here, anyway, W is already confirmed that it is not W. If I take the W here, immediately ahead of W, I should be able to fix X. Already we have P. So even L cannot be here. But L should definitely sit at the right end. So this case is completely ruled out. So case 1 is ruled out. Let's move to case 2. L is at the right end, only one place. And W cannot be here. So this should be W. Immediately ahead of W, X. We are able to fix it. Now, only place at the right end is row 5. And W cannot be here. So it should be W. Immediately ahead of W, X. Immediately ahead of W, X. Okay, let's move further. What is given next? The row in which A seated is behind the row in which K seated. It is not mentioned immediately behind or somewhere. So the row in which A is seated is behind the row in which K is seated. And what is given next? The row in which Z is seated is ahead of the row in which Y is seated. The row in which Z is seated, okay, the row in which Z is seated is ahead of the row in which who is seated? Y is seated. Ahead of the seat in which Y is seated. Okay. So actually we have the 4 blanks. This place is a blank and this place is also blank and these 2 places are blank places. Similar blank, a blank, a blank, a blank, and 4 people to be fixed, and those 4 people are K, A, Z and Y. These 4 people only. With this we cannot conclude anything as of now. We have a last point, right? Let's see. Neither R nor N is seated in the same row as Z. In the same row as Z. It means R is not seated in the same row as Z and N is not seated in the same row as Z. But already in the arrangement, R and N are fixed. R and N are fixed, right? So R is here, so it should not be Z. So R is here, it should not be Z. Now the only possibility is, and since Z is ahead of Y, Z should be here and this place should goes to Y. But we already know that Y cannot be here. So this case is completely ruled out. Even this case is not valid. Now we left with the only one case. Now R is not in the same row as Z and N is also not in the same row as Z. And Z should be ahead of Y. So the only possibility is Z will be here and Y will be here. Nothing violated. And also we given A is below K. So the only possibility is A will be here. A is below K. So K will be here. This is our final arrangement. A tricky one. And this question was given for 2 marks. 4 questions or 5 questions below given below this, and each question carries 2 marks. Okay, so by spending 10 minutes time, you are getting a 10 marks means a very good score. Okay, I suggest you to attend this kind of questions in clerical means. Okay, Now, let's move to the next slide. Who among the following is sitting in row 3? NAO, one of them. Who is available? Both N and A. Choice 3. Okay, next. How many persons are sitting in the chairs behind the row where SC is seated? SC is seated in row 2. Behind row 2, how many seats will be there? 3 3s are 9. 9 seats. Choice 3. Okay, next one. Which row does X sit in? X sit in row 4. Choice 4. Okay, right. Now let's move to the next set. Okay, one more question. 4 of the following 5 are alike in a certain way and hence form a group. Find the one that does not belong to the group. Odd may not question. OMO. Odd may not question. What is the first option? T at the right end. L is also at the right end. P is also at the right end. O is also at the right end. K, no, in the middle. So except K, rest all are sitting at the right ends. So odd man out is K. So choice 5. Clear? Okay. Now let's move to the next. Right. This is also given recently in SBI Clerical Mains. It's a memory-based set. Once go through the data. Google understood the set. Amisha, Saitej. In a certain code language, some statements are coded as follows. Some statements are coded as follows. One of the words given in the bold statement is coded incorrectly. So among these codes, one of them is coded incorrectly. Okay. Now, location and a month become. Once observe all the given 3 statements. Observe all the given 3 statements. Do you see any word as a common? Location and month become. A genius largest badge culture. Monkey wonder equal gate. Right. All the words are different. All the words are different. Right. Now, and when you observe the codes, in each code we have 2 letters, 1 symbol and 1 digit. 2 letters or 1 symbol and 1 digit. When we don't have any common words, in the elimination process, we cannot answer the questions. It means what is the code for the particular word that we cannot identify, like a Chinese coding and decoding. It's not like that. Here we have to identify how the digit is coded, and how the letters are coded, how those letters are coded, similarly how that symbol is coded. All these things we have to crack. Until we crack this, we cannot answer this kind of questions. A very difficult one. Okay. Anyone, can you please tell me how the digit is obtained? How the digit is obtained? Anyone? How this digit is obtained? How this digit is obtained? Anyone? How this digit is obtained? Anyone? Saitej, Gokul. Okay, fine. I'll explain you. Now, if you observe, the number of letters in the word location are 8 and 3, a month of 5 become 6. And even these numbers also 4, 7, 6, 5 are close to those numbers. So some additions and subtractions happened over there. Okay. You may say that 8 minus 1, 7, 3 plus 1, 4, 5 plus 1, 6, 6 minus 1, 5, plus 1 minus 1 is happening. Okay. Now, for which words plus 1 is happening and for which words minus are happening, let's check that also. Now, 8 become a 7. 8 become a 7. 8 become a 7. But we have to verify with the remaining all the words as well. Don't forget that. Not with the one statement, you cannot conclude anything. Okay. And 3 become 4. 3 become 4. 3 means the number of letters in the word 3. Next. 5 becomes 6. And 6 become 5. How we have considered it become like this means I have taken that closest numbers to that. That's it. Okay. By doing some trials. Now minus 1, plus 1, plus 1, minus 1. So if you observe these two, the word which having odd number of letters, we are doing plus 1. And to the words which are having even number of letters, we are doing minus 1. But we have to verify that whether it is true with all the words or not to confirm that. Now genius, a 6-letter word. So it should become 5. Largest, a 7-letter word. It should become 8. Badge, a 5-letter word. It should become 6. Culture, 7-letter word. It should become 8. Okay. So 5, 8, 6, 8 is needed. 5, 8, 6, 8. Perfectly matching. Okay. We'll check with the third statement as well. A monkey. Number of letters in the word are 6 and code should be 5, minus 1. Wonder, 6. So minus 1, 5. Equal, 5. So it should be 6. 5 plus 1. Gate, number of letters 4. Then minus 1, it will be what? 3. 5, 5, 6, 3. 5, something is missing, X. So here you may say it as a 5. The missing one is 5. 6, 3. Perfectly matching. So this 5 means the word which we are missing should be a 6-letter word. Or yes, it has to be 6-letter word. Which one? We'll find out that. Okay. Anyway, words are there. Just we have to find out the code only. Fine. So this is a logic for a digit. Anyone for the letters? Can anyone give you the logic for the letters? Anyone? Logic for letters. Right. So let me explain you the logic for the letters as well. Yes, definitely it is a typical one. For the digits, logic is what? If odd number of letters, plus 1. Even number of letters, minus 1. Now, with respect to letters, let us observe carefully. So, anyway, I can relate this term with location. Location is coded as TA and %7. It is having 8 letters, 8 minus 1, 7. Now, TA, we have taken 2 letters. From where these 2 letters has taken? Observe carefully, middle 2 letters and are reversed. This is actually AT and it is written in the reverse order TA. But I don't know that whether it is true with all the words or not. That we need to verify. Okay. Now, what is the next word is given? And. What is the next word is? And a 3-letter word. So definitely 3 plus 1, 4. So it should be DA hashtag and 4. It is a 3-letter word and plus 1. Plus 1. Now where this DA is taken from? Again, first and last. First and last. AD become reversed and DA. Okay. Now let's come to the third word. What is the word given? A month. A third word is month. And the code is HM star 6. 5-letter word. So 5 plus 1 6 perfectly matching. And HM first and last and are reversed. Okay. Last word become. Become. What is the code for become? Remaining OC percentage 5. OC percentage of 5. 6-letter word 6 to 5 minus 1. So these two cases, the word which having even number of letters. These two cases, the word which having odd number of letters. Now, what we have considered? OC. Again, middle 2 letters. Middle 2 letters and are reversed. So finally, what can we conclude here? If the word is having even number of letters, if the word is having even number of letters, a middle 2 letters are taken, middle 2 letters are taken and are reversed, okay. And if the word is having odd number of letters, last and then followed by a first letter is taken. For last letter and followed by a first letter is taken. This is the code for the words. Let us verify for the remaining as well, because anyway we have to find out the wrong code. Let us verify that. The word given is genius. It is having the even number of letters. So I need to consider the middle 2 letters. So it should be IN. The middle 2 letters should be IN and the code should be 5. Other than symbol. This is the code for genius. This is the code for a genius. Now what is the one more word is given? Largest. Largest. Largest is a word which is having odd number of letters. So odd number of letters, what is the logic to the number? Plus 1. So plus 1 means 8. Now, if the word is having odd number of letters, last and first digits are taken respectively. What is the last digit? T. First digit L. So T L. T L and we have a symbol here. Okay. What is the third word? Badge. Badge. Number of letters 5. So odd number of letters, so it should be plus 1, 6. And last and first letter, it should be EB. And symbol. Okay. Now one more word we have, that is culture. Last word we have, that is culture. No. In that word culture, 7-letter word. So 7 plus 1, 8 and a symbol. So last and first EC. Okay. So this should appear here. Okay. Let's check it. EC @ 8. Okay. EC @ 8. As of now, it is fine. Matching. EB percentile 6. Okay. EB percentile 6. Next. Here is a mistake. It's supposed to be IN, but we have NI. This is a mistake. Which word is coded wrongly? Genius. And the one more is TL and TL and %8, perfectly matching. And here we have a cap symbol. Here we have a cap symbol. And also we can conclude that the word genius is wrongly coded. Fine. Let's move to the word monkey. What should be the code for monkey? It is having 6 letters. So middle 2 should be taken. So then it will be what? The code for monkey will be middle 2 letters are what? NK, or will become a KN. 6-letter word will become 5 letters, -1. KN5. That is a missing one. We don't have that. So in the place of X, what should we get? A KN, a certain symbol, and 5. Let us verify with the remaining words as well. Wonder, having 6 letters, so it should be DN. Wonder, it should be a DN and a symbol and 5, -1. DN, perfectly matching, and the symbol given is exclamatory. Next, equal, a 5-letter word. If it is a 5-letter word, a number will be +1, that is 6, and last and first, that is LE. LE symbol, perfectly matching. LE symbol and 6. So rupee symbol is missing, a rupee here. And finally, a gate. A gate is a 4-letter word. Then it should be -1, so it should be 3. Middle 2 letters AT should become TA, and a symbol is missing. So TA gap 3. Symbol. What is that symbol? A cap. Symbol is cap. Now observe carefully. Here we have a symbol cap. Here also we have a symbol cap. Right. In these two, the common thing is first letter, starting letter. Genius, gate. Okay. So if the first letter is G, you may consider it as a cap. We'll discuss that point later. As of now, assume that with the one word, a genius and gate, I can conclude that first letter is G and the symbol is cap. Let's see wherever we have the first letters as a common. Okay. Where we have the first letters as a common, do we have any statement starting with L? L, or nothing. Okay. We have largest. Okay. For location, L, we have and %. And for the largest also, we have and %. Perfectly matching. So L is and %. L is and %. No. Any other word? And. Is there any word starting with and? No. Okay, fine. A month. M. Month and monkey. In the word month, symbol is star. And here in the monkey, a symbol which is missing, you may consider it as a star. If it works with remaining all the words, then it is absolutely fine. Month, monkey. Next, become. Do we have anywhere? Yes. A badge and become. For the word become, B is coded as %. And for the badge also, it is coded as %. Perfectly matching. B is coded as %. Okay. Any other common letters? Genius, already we considered. Largest and location is considered. Badge and become is considered. Culture, we don't have any word starting with C. Monkey and month already considered. There is no other word starting with W. No other word starting with E. No other word starting with G. No, gate and genius are already considered. Right, that's it. We're done with all the letters. And finally, you can conclude that the first letter refers to the symbol. G is cap, L is and %, B is %, M is star. Now, if that is the case, A, the code for A, and A hashtag, okay, L is obtained, and is obtained, M is obtained, B is also obtained. Now again, G is obtained, L is obtained, B is obtained. Now C, culture. Now what is the code for culture? @ C is coded as @ first letter. Next, wonder. W is coded as exclamatory symbol. wonder, equal, rupee symbol. E is coded as a rupee symbol. Anyway, we already found out the code for G. So these are the codes for the symbol. If the first letters, basing on the first letters, symbols are coded. So this is finally a logic given for digit, letter, symbol. Let me repeat again. The code for the digit is if the word is having odd number of letters or +1, if the word is having even number of letters or -1. And code for the letters. If the word is having even number of letters, middle two letters are taken and are reversed. If the word is having odd number of letters, last and first letters are taken respectively. Now, symbol. First letter refers a symbol, respective symbols. Okay. Now let's answer the questions. Now, these are the codes for the symbols, and this is the given logic. Now, what is the question given? What is the code for a bread maintain? A 5-letter word and 8-letter word. 5 will become 6 and 8 will become 7. And even number of letters, so N and T, a middle 2, so will become TN. Odd number of letters, first and last. First should be last and then will be first, DB. And if a word is starting with B, a symbol is percentile. If it is starting with M, a symbol is star mark. So DB percentile 6, TN star 7. A small mistake, I think. Oh, code for M, right? What is the code for M? A star only. DB percentile 6 we have here and we have here, and TN star 7 is here, perfectly matching with a choice of 1. Okay. Now, second one. Next question. What will come in the place of X? Let's check. What will come in the place of X? KN star 5. So KN star 5. Choice 2. Choice 2. Clear? Next. Which of the following codes is incorrect in the given bold sentence? We have to find out the incorrect one. What is the incorrect one? This one, NI cap 5. This is the incorrect one. So where we have NI cap 5? Choice 3. So choice 3 is the answer. Clear? Okay. Now let's move to the next set. Okay. One miscellaneous question is there. It is easy to solve. Even this is also given in the recent SBI Clerical Mains. Now what is given? In which of the following numbers is the sum of the last 3 digits from the right hand? Last 3 digits from the right hand. A multiple of the sum of the first 2 digits from the left hand. Okay, I'll give you the 1 minute time. Let us try to complete it. Right. Saitej, your answer is right. Option 2. No. What is the given number? 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 5, 2. What are the last 3 digits from the right hand? 7, 5, 2. And what are the first 2 digits from the left hand? 2, 3. 2, 3. Okay. Now, 7, 5, 2. 7 plus 5, 14 plus 2, 16. Is a 16 is divisible by first some 2 digits? 2 plus 3, 5? No. Next. For last 3 digits. 5 plus 4 plus 5, 14. First two digits, 6 plus 1 is 7. Yes, it is divisible. Is a multiple. So choice 2 is your answer. Okay. Now, next question. Right. Now, even this is also given recently in SBI Clerical Mains and a memory based set. Let us discuss this as well. These questions are based on the following information. First, let us understand the data. There are 12 students in the class. There are 12 students in the class who are categorized into 3 groups of 4 students based on their examination scores. Based on their examination scores. We have 12 people and are categorized into 3 groups. Group 1, Group 2, Group 3. Group 1, Group 2 and Group 3. Here clearly given. So, Group 1, Group 2 and Group 3. Every student got a different score. So, total 12 people are there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So, each group is having 4 people. In each group we have 4 people and they got a different scores. And each student belongs to only one group. Each student belongs to only one group. So, basically we have to identify each student got how much score. Scores are already given. We have mentioned. We have given scores. We need to identify who got which score. Okay. And we have given data. Let us copy this information to the next slide and there we'll discuss. Same information. Okay. Right. Let us go to the clues. The score of K is twice that of M. Okay. What is the given data? The score of K is twice that of M. The score of K is twice that of M. Okay. But before going that, once go through the data. I'll give you a couple of minutes time. Once go through the data. Okay. Now, the score of K is twice that of M. Okay. First, look at what are all the possible scores. We have 12 score numbers, right? Let us check which are possible for K and M. Let's go with the largest numbers. Largest number is K24. And this works only for even numbers. K is 24, then M will be 12. Okay. Next. Next even number highest 22. 11. Yes, even we have 11. 11. And next 22 or 20 we don't have. 9, 18, yes we have. If it is 18 we read 9 also. Yes, we have. 18 or 9. Next 16 or we don't have. Next 14 we don't have. 12 we have, but we need a 6 as well. We don't have a 6. 10 we don't have. 8 we have, and we need a 4 also. Yes, we have. So 8 of 4. These are all the possible cases. 6 we don't have. 4 we have, but we need 2 also. We don't have it 2. That's it. So these are the 4 possible cases for K and M. Okay, move further. I'm not going to take this many possibilities. Let's add some more clues. Both K and P are in the same group. Okay. K and P are in the same group. Fine. K and P are in the same group. The number of persons who scored more than K is the same as the number of persons who scored less than P in their group. Within their group, number of persons scored more than K within the group is equal to number of persons scored less than P in their group. Group means only we have to consider how many people, or 4 people in that group. In that 4 people, number of people scored more than K should be equal to number of people scored less than P. Okay. Oh, fine. Let us come to the case of where K 24. K scored 24. Now let's talk about the P. Now when K scored 24, K is in the group 2. K is in the group 2. Now how many people scored more than 24? None of them in that group. Then number of people scored less than P should also be none of them. So P should be scored the least score in that group. What is the least score in that group? 8. 8. I hope you are following that logic. Within the group 2, when P scored 24, K scored 24, no one scored more than K. So no one should score less than P. That is 8. Next. When K scored 22, he is in which group? Group 1. Group 1. Within that group, how many scored more than 22? None of them. 0. Then number of people scored less than P also should be 0. Number of people scoring less than P also should be 0. If that is the case, it should be 9. 9 in case 2. Let's move to the case 3, where K scored 18. It is in which group? Yes, group 1 only again. Again group 1 only. How many people scored more than K? 2 people. Who are those 2 people? The one who scored 19 and the one who scored 22. Then number of people scored less than P should also be 2. In order to score 2 people less than P in group 1, P score should be 19. Then 18 and 9, these 2 people scored less than the one who scored 19, that is P. So 19. See, all these cases are different. Case 1, case 2, case 3, case 4. Still all the cases are valid as of now. Next, let's move to this case where K scored 8 marks. It is group 2. It is group 2. When K scored 8 marks, how many scored more than 8 in that group? The one who scored 12, 23 and 24. So 3 people. So 3 people scored more than K means 3 people should score less than P in that group. In the group we have only 4 people and 3 people should score less than P, implies that P must be scoring highest in that group. So P is scoring the highest in that group, implies that P must be scoring 24. 24. Still all the cases are valid. Okay. Now let's move further. No, I'm not interested in taking that many possibilities. Keep on adding the clues. What is next? The score of L is a prime number. The score of L is a prime number. What are the prime numbers? Among these, L, 11, starting, okay, 13, 19, 23. These 4 numbers, 11, 13, 19, 20. These are the 4 prime numbers. Anything is valid as of now. Next, L scored more than N but less than Y. Okay, L scored more than N. L scored more than N but less than Y. So basing on this, we can conclude that L should be a prime number, 23. Okay, and Y scored more than L and L scored more than N. Still L can be 11, 13, 19, 23. Anything is possible as of now. Okay, because the highest number is possible even 24 also. It means by giving L 23, you may adjust Y with 24. Still that is valid. Okay. Next, the difference between the scores of P and V is 3. Difference means modulus. Difference between the scores of P and V is equal to 3. Now, in each of these 4 cases, you know the P value. In order to be a difference 3, let us find out what could be the value of V. Let's find out the value of V. If it is 8, this will be 11. If it is 9, this will be 12. And now I can conclude that this case still valid. Okay. Now, if it is 19, on the lower side 16, on the higher side 22. We don't have the 16 and higher side we have 22. In order to be difference 3. 24. On the lower side 21, higher side 27. But the highest number itself is 24. So we should go with the lower side 21. Still all the cases are valid. 11, 8, 24, 12, 12, 9, 22, 11, 22, 19, 18, 9, 21, 24, 8, 4. Each case is independent. Still all the cases are available. Okay, let's move further. The sum of the scores of V and W is 34. V plus W is 34. We have a V score. Let us fix the W score. W is now W plus V should be equal to 34. W plus V should be equal to 34. 11 is there, so it should be 23. Still it is valid. 12 is there, we need 22. Now I have a problem here. 22. In the same case, we also have K22. So what I can conclude? Case 2 is ruled out. I hope you understood the logic. Right. Next, 22, 12. Yes, this case is valid because all the 5 are unique numbers. Next, 21, we should get 13. Yes, still it is valid. Okay, let's move further. As of now, we know the values of W, V, P, K, M, but we have 3 cases. Fine. Now, what is next? Both W and N are in the same group. Okay, W and N are in the same group. And W and N are in the same group. Okay, next. And even we have a point, K and P also should be in the same group. K and P also should be in the same group, right? 24, 8 in the same group. 20, anyway, case 2 is ruled out. 18, 19 in the same group. 8 and 24 also in the same group. Okay, next. The number of persons who scored more than W is the same as the number of persons who scored less than N in their group. More than W is equal to less than N. Similar rule. More than W is equal to less than N. Less than N in their group. Group means how many people? Of 4 people. Among these 4 people, number of people who scored more than W is the same as number of people who scored less than N. Let us verify it. More than W. When W is in this group, 23 means which group? Group number 2. If W is in this group, how many scored more than 23? 1 person. That is the one who scored 24. Then there should be only 1 person who should be scoring less than N. Only 1 person should score less than N means N should score 12. So in this case, the score of N will be 12. Now I can say that this case is ruled out. In the same case, in this case only, N is 12 and M is also 12. So case 1 is invalid. That is ruled out. Anyway, case 2 is already ruled out. Now let us work out with the case 3. W, 12. I'm talking about again group 2 only. How many scored more than W when W is 12? 2 people. That is the one who scored 23 and the one who scored 24. Then number of people scoring less than N also should be 2 people. Less than N also should be 2 people. When it is possible? Only when the person who scored 23. So in this case, it will be 23. Okay. Still this case is valid as of now. Next, let's come to this case where W scored 13. It means group 3. Group 3. W scored 13 means how many scored more than W? Only 1 person. Because the numbers are in the ascending order, it is easy to calculate. Next, how many scores should be less than n? Only one person. Then that person's score should be 11. So n score should be 11. Still this case is also valid. So case 1, case 2 ruled out, and now still we have a case 3, a case 4. Okay. Let's move further. Okay, and before this, I can rule out the case 3 as well. If you observe carefully, y should score more than L, L should score more than N. Okay, y should score more than L, L should score more than N. In this case, N is 23. If N is 23, the highest number itself is 24. So more than 23 means only one person will be there, but we have two people here. So case 3 is also invalid, a logical point. Now we have only one case, that is case 4. When we have only one case, we can fill all the places. That is N is 11, N is 11. Next, and W is 13, and W is 13. And next, V is 21, V is 21. 11, 13, 21. And P is 24. P is 24. P scored 24. And K scored 8. K scored 8. And M scored 4. M scored 4. Okay. Now, in this case, 11, 13 are ruled out. 11, 13 are ruled out. Now, let's check that whether L is 19, L scored 19 or L scored 23. Now, again, if you observe, if L scored 23, if L scored 23, above 23, only one score is available, that is 24. So, Y should score 24. But the problem is, already P scored 24. So, even L cannot be 23. L cannot be 23. So, the only possibility is L scored 19. So, L scored a 19. L scored a 19. Okay. Now, who are the people we left with? I'm sorry. Do we have given any names of the persons? No. Okay. Right. Now, whom we left with as of now? We have some more clues, right? Let's verify. As of now, we are unable to fix a Y. So, let me write that Y here. Why we are unable to fix as of now. Next, Q scored more than U but less than X. And X and U are in different groups. Okay. Let me write that equation. Q scored more than U but less than X. X and U are in different groups. X and U are in different groups. Anyway, we have only these 4 places, right? 12, the one who scored 18, the one who scored 23, and the one who scored 22. Okay. And X scored more than U. X scored more than Q and Q scored more than U. Okay. Next, the difference between the scores of L and O is 10. Okay, we have this also, right? L and O is 10. L scored 19. Then obviously difference is 10 means could be on higher side and could be on lower side. If it is the higher side, the number will be 29. But the highest itself is 24. So should be the lower side. 19 minus 10, 9. So O scored 9 marks. Fine. Now we left with only these numbers 18, 12, 23, 22. Next, the score of X is not a prime number. The score of X is not a prime number. So among these 4 numbers, it cannot be 23. The only prime number is 23, which cannot be that. But X should score more than Q and Q should score more than U. And all these 3 people yet to fix. Now, the only possibility is X should be 22 and the Q should be 18 or U should be 12 because we left with the only 4 mark. 18 or 22 or 23, 22. This is clearly mentioned that this cannot be x. Then among the remaining numbers, if you take the 12, less than 12, you should try to fix the q and u as well. But there is no other numbers possible. So x has to be 22, q has to be 18, u has to be 12. So u12, x22, and finally q18. Now the only person we left is y. Only person we left is y. Y should score more than L, and the only place left for y is 23. So y is 23. That's it. We got the final arrangement. Okay. So we are able to identify the scores of each and every person. Now let's answer the questions. What is the first question given? What is the sum of the scores of L and N? L scored 19 and N scored 11. So it is 30. Choice 1. Okay. Now see the next question. Who among the following scored the highest marks? Who scored the highest marks? Highest is 24. That is P. Choice 2. Okay. Now move to the next question. 4 of the following 5 are alike in a certain way and hence form a group. Find the one who does not belong to the group. Odd minute question. OMO. What is that? First option, L. L scored 19. Okay. And W, 13. Both are prime numbers as of now. Okay. N, 11. Also prime number. Y, 23. Prime number. O, 9. So what I can say that except O, rest all scored the marks which is a prime number, whereas O scored a marks which is an odd number. So O is the odd minute. Choice 5. Okay. Now let's move to the next set. All right. A series condition based. Once go through the data. In each of the following questions, 3 rows of numbers are given. The resultant number in each row is to be worked out separately based on the following rules. And the question below the row of numbers is to be answered. The operation of numbers progress from left side to right side, left to right. And we have given certain rules. What are the rules? Generally, in every clerical means exam, mostly they are giving this one kind, this set. Definitely they are giving. Recently, in the last 2 to 3 years, in every clerical means exam, almost they are giving this kind of set. Okay. We will be given numbers like this, and we will be given some conditions. So, what are the conditions given? We have given total 6 conditions. Okay, let us understand these conditions carefully. What is the first one? If even number is followed by a perfect square, if even number is followed by a perfect square, then the resultant is a positive difference between those numbers. Let's say this number is A, this number is B. Now the result is a positive difference, means a modulus of A minus B. It is the first condition. What is the second condition is given? If odd number is followed by an even number. if odd number is followed by a even number or which is not a prime. So make sure that it should not be a prime. Even prime is only one number, that is 2. Make sure that it is not a 2. Then the resultant is sum of those numbers. Again, if it is A, this is B, the resultant should be A plus B. Simple. Next, third condition. If an even number is followed by an odd number, if an even number is followed by an odd number, which is not a perfect square, this odd number should not be perfect square. PS, perfect square. Then the resultant is obtained by taking the positive difference of those two numbers and multiplying it by 2. If it is A, it is B. First, we have to obtain the positive difference, that is modulus of A minus B, and then this resultant will be multiplied by 2. Modulus of A minus B into 2. This kind of operation we have to do for those numbers. Next, a fourth condition. If an odd number is followed by a prime number, odd number is followed by a prime number, then the resultant is a difference between those two numbers, A, B. Again, we have to do the same kind of operation that we did for 1, modulus of A minus B. Next, fifth condition. If an odd number is followed by another odd number, which is not a prime. Okay, observe carefully. Odd number is followed by another odd number, which is not a prime. Which is not a prime. Then what they are asking us to do? Then the resultant is sum of those two numbers divided by 2. If it is A, this is B. What they said, resultant is A plus B by 2. A plus B by 2. Okay. Last condition. If an even number is followed by another even number, let me write here a sixth condition. If even number is followed by another even number, which is not a perfect square. So this even should not be a perfect square. Then what they are asking us to do? Then the resultant is obtained by taking the positive difference of those two numbers and adding it to the larger of the two even numbers. So we have to take the positive difference. If it is A, this is B, and then we have to add a larger among these two even numbers. Among these two even numbers, whichever is larger, that should be added. Okay. So these are all the 6 conditions given. So basing on these conditions, we have to answer the questions. And if you see this kind of questions in the exam, don't skip. These are doable questions. Just you need a little bit of practice. Okay. All right. Let's see. And we have given very clearly the operation of numbers progress from left side to right side. And if you observe here, every time we are considering two numbers, even and perfect square, odd even, even odd, odd prime, odd, even. Every time when you are going to the left side to right side, you are considering only two numbers. Don't forget that. Same conditions are taken, don't worry about this. Right. Now let's see, same conditions. Whatever the conditions we discussed, I have taken the same conditions. Now, we have given row 1, row 2, row 3. In each row, we have given 3 numbers. What is the question asked? What is the sum of the resultant of all the 3 rows? So each row independently we have to identify. Let us take row 1. What is the row 1 is given? 6, 1, 4. Operation of numbers progress from left side to right side. Every time we are taking only 2 numbers into the consideration. Okay. Let's take 6, 1. Let me take the 6, 1. Which condition is valid for this? 6 is the even number. Even. Yes. Even. 1. Is it a perfect square? Perfectly matching. And at a time it matches with only one condition. Don't forget that. So even followed by a perfect square. Then A minus B. What is the modulus of 6 minus 1? Of 5. This is 5. So the resultant of these two numbers is 5. Now what should be done next? Simple. This 5 and this 4. These two we should take, and we have to take what is the resultant of this. I hope you are clear. Now take the 5 and 4. Now what is the 5? Odd number, odd number, odd number. Okay. And the 4, odd followed by a even, perfectly matching, and 4 is not a prime, perfectly matching. Then what we have to do? Addition. 5 plus 4, that is equal to 9. So what is the resultant of this complete row? 9. So resultant of row 1 is 9. Now let's move on to resultant of row 2. What is the row 2 is given? 27, 8, 11. Now we have to take these two numbers into the consideration. 27, 8. 27 is the odd number. 27 is the odd number and 8 is the even number, which is not a prime. Which is not a prime. Then what we have to do? It is following the second condition. By applying the second condition, a plus b, that is 27 plus 8, 35. Now the resultant of these two is 35. Now another number we have in the row is 11. So those two numbers to be taken into consideration. So 35, 11. 35 is the odd number and 11 is the prime number. It is matching with condition number 4. So by using the condition number 4, what we can say? Again, modulus of a minus b. 35 minus 11. 35 minus 11. That is 24. So resultant of row 2 is 24. 24. Now finally, row 3. Let's see. What is row 3 is given? 23, 15 and 13. Let us take these two numbers into the consideration. 23, 15. Which rule it is following? Odd and followed by odd. Odd and followed by odd, which is not a prime. Yes, 15 is not a prime. So 23 or 15, it is following the condition number 5. Condition number 5. According to that condition, what we have to do? A plus b by 2. Sum of these two numbers and divide by 2. 23 plus 15. 23 plus 15 is 38. By 2, 19. 19. So resultant of these two numbers is 19. Now we have another number in the row is 13. Now let us take these two numbers into the consideration. 19, 13. 19 is the odd number and 13 is the prime number. So condition number 4. Condition number 4. Condition number 4. What is that condition number 4? Right. Modulus a minus b, that is 19 minus 13, that is equal to 6. So resultant of row 3 is the 6. Resultant of row 3 is the 6. Row 3 is the 6. Now what is the question asked? What is the sum of the resultant of all the rows? 24 plus 6, 30, plus 9, 39. It is matching with choice 2. So choice 2 is your answer. Okay? Fine. Now let's see the next question in this. I have taken only 2 questions. Let us do this also. 10, 14, 5. Let us do it quickly. 10 or 14, 5. It is row 1. But what is the question asked? What is the resultant of row 3? If R is the resultant of row 1, R is the resultant of row 1, and S is the resultant of row 2. S is the resultant of row 2. Then what is the resultant of row 3 is the question. Okay. So until we find the R value, S value, that is row 1, row 2 value, we cannot find out the row 3 value. Let's find out the row 1 value. Row 1 value should be equal to R. Okay. Let's find out. 10, 14. 10, 14. Directly do it. Even number and even number, which is not a perfect square. Condition number 6. If you apply the condition number 6, what to be done? Modulus of A minus B, 10 minus 14. 10 minus 14, or addition. What is that addition to be? Larger of the even numbers. These two. What is the larger number? Of 14. What is that? 4 plus 14, 18. Okay. Now resultant of these two is 18. And now we have a number 5. So 18 of 5. Even number followed by a odd number. Even number followed by odd number, which is not a perfect square. 5 is not a perfect square. Then what to be done? Again, modulus of 18 minus 5 into 2. 18 minus 5, 13, 13 to the 26. So R value is equal to 26. R value is 26. 26. Now we should find out the S value. S value is equal to row 2 value. What is the row 2? Row 2 is given as 6, 16, 8. 6, 16 and 8. Fine. Now let us find out the resultant of 6 and 16, even followed by a perfect square. First condition. 6, 16 modulus of 6 minus 16, that is 10. So resultant of these two is 10. Now we have a third number 8. 10 comma 8. Even followed by even. Last one. 8 is not a perfect square. So condition number 6. Basing on the condition number 6, modulus of 10 minus 8 and the larger of these two even numbers is a 10. So 10. 10 minus 8 is 2. 2 plus 10, 12. So resultant of this is S actually, that is equal to 12. So S value is 12. Now consider the row 3, because the question is resultant of row 3. What is the resultant of row 3? 7, 26, 12. 7 is the odd number, 26 is the even number. Odd even, which is not a prime. 26 is not a prime. So what is the condition? A second condition. 7, 26, condition number 2. It is simple A plus B. So 7 plus 26, and that is equal to 33. Fine. Now again 33, and what is the next number? 12. Odd followed by even. Odd followed by even. Yes, this one. Again the same one, which is not a prime. So A plus B. So 33 plus 12. 33 plus 12, that is 45. So resultant of row 3 is 45. That is choice 3. Okay. Right. Now let's move to the next questions. These are data sufficiency questions. Now once go through the instructions. Each of these questions below consist of a question and two statements, 1 and 2, given below it. You have to decide whether the data given in the statements are sufficient to answer the question. Read both the statements and mark your answer as. We have given 5 options. What are the options? If the data in statement 1 alone is sufficient to answer the question, while data in statement 2 alone is not sufficient. 1 alone is sufficient, but not 2 alone. Then choice 1. Next, data in statement 2 alone is sufficient to answer the question, while the data in statement 1 is not sufficient. Statement 1 is not sufficient. Okay. A third one. If data either in statement 1 alone, or statement 2 alone is sufficient, 1 alone or 2 alone. Next, if data even in both the statements 1 and 2 together are not sufficient to answer the question. Finally, fifth option, if the data in both the statements 1 and 2 together are necessary to answer the question. It means using the 1 and 2 will be able to answer the question. Okay. Now let's move on to the questions. We have 2 questions. We'll take up the 1 question and we'll quickly move to the next set. Okay. Due to time constraint, I am discussing in each model less number of questions. Okay. All right. 6 persons E, F, G, H, I and J are sitting around a circular table facing the center, but not necessarily in the same order. Who sits opposite F? The question is, who sits opposite F. And how many people are around a circular table? 6 people. Let me take the circle. 6 people. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let me check with the data 1. 1 alone. Question itself is clearly given. Who sits opposite F? Okay. G sits to the immediate left of I. Okay. E sits second to the right of J. Who does not sit adjacent to I? Okay. I can say directly 1 alone is not sufficient. How? Simple. We have total 6 people, E, F, G, H, I, J. And here we have given only 4 people information, that G, I, E and J. Only 4 people information. And even in this 4 people information, we don't have the information of F. We don't have the information of F. It means we are missing the 2 people information, F and one more person. Okay. So we cannot conclude anything with this statement. I hope you understood the logic. Either we should be given information with F, or we need a 5 people information. But here we have only 4 people and F is missing. Then we cannot. Now, what is the second one is given? Again, H and E are adjacent to each other. G sits opposite J. Again, 2 people are missing. 2 people are missing. But here, it may be a possibility that even in this case also, we may not say directly it is ruled out, but there is a possibility that those 2 people which are missing may be opposite. There is a possibility, because the question itself is what? Who sits opposite only, right? So let's see. What is the first one is given? G sits immediate left of I. G sits immediate left of I. E sits second right of J, who is not adjacent to I. So J is not adjacent to I, so J should not be here. But E should be second right of J, so E should be here and J should be here. Then it is first right and second right. Next, that's it. So J, E, J, G, I. Now we left with 2 people, F and H. So F or H, H or F. So definitely we cannot decide who sits opposite F. So our assumption was right. 1 alone is not sufficient. Now let's check with the 2 alone also. Okay. Again we have 6 people. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. H and E are adjacent to each other. H, E, are a possibility that H, E as well. Next, G opposite J. So G or J, G or J. Then remaining is F or I or F. Here also same. Opposite G or J, J or G. And remaining is F or I or F. So, I or F. So we cannot conclude that who sits opposite F. We cannot conclude that. So 2 alone is also not sufficient. But we have a scope. 1 alone is not sufficient, 2 alone is not sufficient. Then we have a scope to combine them. Let's combine both. Okay. 1 is already here, right? No. H and E are adjacent to each other. So E is already here. Let me take the H here. And we left with F. Now, G sits opposite J, perfectly matching. Right. Who sits opposite F? E. So 1 and 2 together are sufficient. 1 and 2 together are sufficient is which option? Choice 5. Okay. Now, we have one more question. We may try it later. It is a days, scheduling based one. Right. We'll discuss the one important set. It is expected model. 9 boxes, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, and X are arranged one above the another, but not necessarily in the same order. Okay. Each box contains different number of pins, such that the bottommost box contains the number of pins which is a multiple of 2. We have 9 boxes in total. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 9 boxes. The bottommost boxes contains number of pens, which is a multiple of 2. Whatever the number we write here, it should be a multiple of 2, 2x. And the box which is placed second from the bottom contains the number of pens, which is a multiple of 3. So this box should contain multiple of 3 and so on. So it should be a multiple of 4, a multiple of 5, a multiple of 6, multiple of 7, a multiple of 8, a multiple of 9, a multiple of 10. We have 7 boxes. Each box contains certain number of pens. Bottommost box contains the pens, which is a multiple of 2 and so on. So the topmost box will contain the number which is a multiple of 10, clearly mentioned. Okay, a very interesting set as well. Let's see. We have this information. A box Q. What is box Q is given? Box Q is placed a fourth from the bottom. 1, 2, 3 or 4. Sorry, fourth from the bottom. It is box Q. Next. Box T contains 9 pens. A box T contains 9 pens. A T contain 9 pens means this number 9 is a multiple of 3. Let me write as 3x, or it could also be a multiple of 9x. So either it may come here or it may come here, one of these two places, because the number 9 is a multiple of 3 as well as a multiple of 9. Okay. Next. So just we're done with the only 2 clues, right? If required, we'll take the possibility. Otherwise, let's go through the next information. What is that? Only 2 boxes are placed between a box T and the box which contains 36 pens. So between box T and the box which contains 36 pens, there are 2 boxes. Either this one is a possibility, or the box which having 36 pens may be having maybe above the box T. One of these 2 cases are valid. Okay. Now, what is next? A box U contains 24 pens and is placed above T. Right. It is a crucial one. A box U contains 24 and it is placed above T. It is clearly mentioned. It is placed above a T. U contains 24. U contains 24 pens and it is placed above T. If T having 9 pens, if you consider that as a multiple of 9, this box, T should be taken here. Above T, we have to place the box U, which is having 24 pins. So U 24 I should take, but 24 is not a multiple of 10. So this case is ruled out. Okay, right. I hope you understood the logic. So this cannot be U, it cannot be T 24. Okay. Now the only possibility is box T, which having 9 pins, which is a multiple of 3 here. Second from the bottom, box T has 9 pins. Now earlier we have a point between box T and the box which contains 3. We have 2 boxes. It is mentioned only 2 boxes are placed between box T and the box which contains 36. So T 1 or 2 gaps. Here is the box which contains 36. 36 is a multiple of 6. Perfectly matching. Now U24. The box which contains 24 pins should be a multiple of 3, not possible. So multiple of 3 is not possible because already 9 is there. There is a possibility that it could be a multiple of 4. And multiple of 6 is not possible. 6x is not possible because already 36 is placed. Now the only possibility is 8x. 8 3s or 4 6. So you should come either here or here. So again we have 2 cases. Okay, at least consider this case, right? Now what is the first case? U or 24. which is a multiple of 4. U contains 24 pence, which is third from the bottom. And what are the possibilities? T having 9 pence. This is Q and this is 36. And now U 24. So these are the two possibilities that we have. Okay, fine. Let's move further. The number of boxes placed above box U is the same as number of boxes placed below P. Above U is equal to below P. Okay. In case 1, U is third from the bottom. Third from the bottom. Third from the bottom. So P should be third from the top. P should be third from the top in this case. So third from the top should be here, which is the multiple of 8. In case 2, U is third from the top. Then P should be third from the bottom or third bottom in case 2. Third from the bottom. Okay. Let's take third from the bottom is a multiple of 4x, that is P. I hope you are clear with the logic. Now, let's move further. The box which contains 42 pence is placed immediately above box V. The box which contains 42 pence is immediately above V. Immediately above V. Just a moment. This one is placed, so not required. Even U24 is also placed. T is also placed. Now, this is also placed. U and P are also placed. Though we have two possible cases, we placed. Okay. Now, immediately above V, we should be able to place a number 42. 42, among these numbers, it is not a multiple of 10, 9, 8. Yes, there is a possibility it should be a multiple of 7. Even it could be a multiple of 6. It cannot be 5. It cannot be 4. It cannot be 3 as well, because already 3 is having a 9 pence. The box which is second from the bottom and the number of pence which are multiple of 3 is already 9 we have. So it cannot be. So it should be 6x or 7x only. Now, if I take here a 42 here, already we have Q here, which is not possible. So 42 and here should be V, perfectly matching. A similar case is here also. If I take the 42 here, already we have 36. It is not possible. So the only possibility is of 42 here and V should be here. Okay. Earlier case, it is not 42V. Anyway, we have number 32, so it should not be 42. So 6x is not possible, only 7x is possible. So 42 and V are fixed. Next, box S is placed above the box which contain 20 pence and box S contain 27 pence. Okay. Observe carefully. S is placed above the box which contain 20 pence. It is not mentioned immediately above or something else, but S should contain 27 pence. 27 means among the given numbers, it should be either multiple of 3 or it should be a multiple of 9. But already multiple of 3 is over. So it should be a multiple of 9. So S should have a 27. It is fixed in any case. S should be second from the top. Okay. And it is placed above 20. It should be placed above 20. Okay. Above 20 means where we can place 20 is a multiple of 5 and also 2. 20 is a multiple of 5x or 2x, which is in case 1. Which is in case 1. In case 2, 5x, 4x or 2x. Okay. 5x, 4x or 2x. It is in case 2. It's in case 2. Okay. Still we have so many cases. But let's add some more points. What is next given? Neither box P nor Q contains 20 pence. Neither P nor Q contains 20. So here we don't have the box which have 20 pence in case 1. So 5x is ruled out. So it is only 2x. So it should be 20. Now, in case 2, 5x, 4x are not possible because neither box P nor Q contains 20. 5x, 4x is not possible. So it should be 2x. So in any case, the box which has 20 pence is at the bottom. Okay. Next, the sum of the number of pence in the bottommost box and the topmost box is 50. Top and bottom is equal to 50. Top plus bottom is equal to 50. Bottommost box is having 20 in any case. Then the topmost must have 30. So 30 here. Topmost must have 30. Okay. Next, only 2 boxes are placed between box R and the box which has 30 pins. Okay. 30 or 1 2 gaps R. 30 1 2 gaps R. Okay. Now we left with only 2 more boxes. Which boxes? W or X, X or W. Even the similar case here. W or X, X or W. Oh, fine. Okay. Let me erase the data. This is already concluded. This part is already concluded. So let me erase. Okay. Now, what is next? The difference between the number of pens in box P and box X is 32. So P and X difference is 32. And one of the box having 40 pens. One of the box is having 40 pens. Okay. So one of the box is having 40 pens means either here one of these two places 5x, 8x. It is possible. And here these two places 5x, 4x, yes, both are multiples. 5 8s or 4 10s. Okay, fine. But P and X is 32. This is X or W, I'm sorry. Okay. Now X value is either 30 or 20. Okay. X is 30 or 20. If X is 30, in order to get the difference 32, P should be 62. If X is 20, in order to get the difference 32, P should be 52. Let us talk about the case 1, case 2. In case 1, P value is a multiple of 8. None of the value is multiple of 8. So case 1 is ruled out. In case 2, P value should be multiple of 4. So it cannot be 62 because 62 is not a multiple of 4, but 52 is a multiple of 4. Okay. So what I can conclude? X value is 20. X value is 20 and this is W. So persons are fixed. Boxes are fixed. Right. And also a box of P contains 52 pens. 52 pens. Now the only thing we left is 40. So box Q contains 40 pens and this is our final arrangement. Clear? Very interesting set, right? Yeah, this is the expected model in upcoming exam. Okay. Now let's answer the questions given below this. Which box is placed at the top? Box W or the box which contains 30 pens? Box W. Choice 3. Okay. Next one. How many pens does box P contain? A box P contain of 52 pens. That is choice 2. Okay. Now next one. How many boxes are placed between the box which contain the highest and the lowest number of pins. The box which contains highest is 52 and the lowest number is 9. None. No box is placed. Choice 1. Okay. Now move to the next question. Which box contains 42 pins? Box R. Choice 5. Okay. Right. Now this is the input output set which was given very recently. Let us solve it. Let us understand the logic given below this. Read the directions. These questions are based on the following information. A word arrangement machine, when given an input line of words, rearranges them following a particular pattern. The following is an illustration of an input and its rearrangement. So we have given input, step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4, step 5 and step 6. And clearly mentioned that step 6 is the last step of the given input. Step 6 is the last step. Once identify the logic from input to step 1 and kindly type your answer. What is the logic from input to step 1? Anyone? Sixth word. Yes, Gokul, you are right. Logic is the word which comes first in the among the given words, mat, cup, tub, van, bed, own. The one which comes first in the alphabetical order is shifted to the left hand, and the one which comes last in the alphabetical order is shifted to the right hand. In input to step 1, two operations taken place. One is the one which comes first in the alphabet is shifted to the left hand, last in the alphabet are shifted to the right hand. This is the first and this is the sixth word. Because we have only 6 words. So first, sixth. First is shifted to left hand, sixth is shifted to right hand. Now what happened step 1 to step 2? What happened step 1 to step 2? Step 1 to step 2. Ananya, step 1 to step 2. Gokul, I have given a hint also. Similar, right? A similar logic, right, Saitej? Now, what is the next one to come after B? A C. A second in the alphabet. Let me write the numbers in the alphabetical order. First one, bed. Second one, cub. Third one, mat. Fourth one, all. Fifth one, tub. And sixth one, van. So, second word that is cup and the fifth word that is tub. These two are shifted to left hand and right hand. Left hand and right hand. Rest all the words are taken as it is. Rest all the words are taken as it is. Now, Even step 2 to 3 also, a similar kind of logic is applied. That is, a third word, a mat, shifted to the left hand, and all shifted to the right hand. Third from the alphabetical order and third from the reverse alphabetical order. Both are shifted to the left hand and right hand. Rest all the words are taken as it is. Rest all the words are taken as it is. Okay, this is okay. What is happening from 3 to 4? What is happening from 3 to 4? What is happening from 3 to 4? Anyone? Okay, that's right. Gokul, your answer is right. Now, first and second words are combined, but the letters are written in the alphabetical order. Mat, cup combined, and the letters A, C, M, P, T, U are written in the alphabetical order. Similarly, third and fourth words are combined. So A, B, D, A, B, D, and then E, N, V. Similarly, tub, all. B is the first one to come, and then L, and then O, T, U, W. Words are combined and are written in the alphabetical order. Okay. Now, step 4 to 5, what happened? Again, this word is split into two parts. First 3 letters, first word, second group, second. Next 3 letters in the second group. ABD, first group. ENV, a second group. BLO, first group. TUW, a second group. Okay. Step 5 to 6. What is happening? This is the crucial one. What is step 5 to 6? Only change in one letter. Here also change in only one letter. Here also change in one letter. Here also change in only one letter. Change in one letter. And change in one letter. Change in only one letter. Either in the first position or in the second position. So when it is happening in the first position, when it is happening, it is in the second position. If you observe carefully, if your word start with the OL, second letter is replaced with the next letter. If your word start with OL, if your word start with OL, second letter is replaced with the next letter. Next letter. If the word starts with the consonant, first letter is replaced with the next letter. If the word starts with consonant, first letter replaces with the next letter. Rest all the letters will remain same. If you want, you can observe OL, then the second letter is replaced. OL, and the second letter is replaced with the next letter. A consonant, first letter is replaced with the next letter. T is the consonant replaced with the first letter. Okay. I hope you are clear with the logics. Now, as per the rules followed in the steps given above, find out the appropriate steps for the given input and answer the following questions. Right. We have given this one. What is the input? Get, wait, now, fat, lot, damn. Among these words, what is the first one to come? Damn. Second to come, fat. Third to come, get. Fourth to come, lot. Fifth to come, now. And sixth to come, wait. Now what happens to the step 1? The one which comes first in the alphabetical order will be shifted to the left hand, and the one which is last to come in the alphabetical order will be shifted to the right hand. So what is the first to come? A damn. So damn will be shifted to the left hand, and last to come is wait. which will be shifted to the right hand. Rest all the words will be taken as it is, that is fat. So I am extremely sorry, it is not fat. Remaining all letters will be taken as it is, that is get. Wet is already over, dam is already placed, and now fat and a lot. Now step 1 is over. Now let's move on to the step 2. Now step 1 to step 2, second word fat and second from the last, now these two will be shifted to the left hand and right hand. What is the left hand? Now fat, and to the right hand, now. So these two are placed already, now and fat. Remaining all the words will be taken as it is. So dam, get, lot and wet. Okay, step 2 is completed. Now finally step 3. What is step 3? Now third word, that is a get, and the third word from the reverse alphabetic order, that is lot. These two will be shifted to the left hand and right hand. So get and lot. Rest all will be taken as it is. Get and lot are already shifted now. Now remaining are what? Fat, dam, wet, now. Now to the step 4, what happened? Two words are combined. First two words are combined and are written in the alphabetical order, and the letters are written in the alphabetical order. If you combine this and if you write in the alphabetical order, what you get? First one to come is A, a second to come is E, a third to come is F, fourth to come is G, a fifth to come T, and sixth to comes T. A, E, F, G, T, T. Okay. Next, if you combine these two, what we get? A first, and then D, and E, M, T, W. Now combine these two. What is the first one to come? L, and then N, O 2 times, and W and T. Now after this, what happened? First three letters are taken in the first group, that is A, E, F are in the first group, and the second group will be G, T, T. Next, A, D, E is in the first group, and the next group is M, T, W. Next, L, N, O, first three letters, L, N, O in the first group, and O, W, T will be in the second group. Now, to the step 6. If the word starts with the vowel, second letter is replaced with the next letter. So it is starting with the vowel. So A, E, next letter is F, F. Now it is a consonant. If it is a consonant, that letter itself is shifted with the next letter. G, next letter is H, and T, T. Now A is a vowel. So second letter D is shifted with the next letter E, E. Next, M, T, W, consonant. So M, next letter is N, T, W. Now again it is consonant. So L, next letter is M, N, O. O is a vowel. So second letter, that is W, X, T. W shifted with the next letter, replaced with the next letter. That's it. It's our final arrangement. All the 6 steps are written. Now let's answer the questions. Which of the following is fourth from the right hand in step 3? Go to the step 3 and fourth from the right hand. First from the right hand, second from the right hand, third from the right hand, and fourth from the right hand, that is dam. Choice 2. Okay. Now next question. What is the step 4 of the given input? Step 4. A, E, F, G, T, T. Okay. Directly I cannot choose because one of the option is none of this. I need to verify everything. A, D, E, M, T, W. A, D, E, M, T, W. Next, L, N, O, O, T, W. ln over tw, perfectly matching with choice 4. Choice 4. Okay? Now, next one. Which of the following elements is exactly between fat and wet in step 2? Fat and wet. How many elements are between them? 3 elements. 1, 2, 3. Okay, exactly between. Which element is there? Get. Get is exactly between fat and wet. Choice 2. Okay. Next. In step 6, how many words? In step 6, how many words have letters that appear at least twice? At least twice. In which step? Step 6. In this word, letters appear twice. In this word also, letters appear twice. In this word also, letters appear twice. That's it. So, in 3 words, letters appear twice. Choice 3. Okay? Right. Right. Let's discuss the last set. 12%, this is the one set which they are giving regularly. 12% D through O are sitting around a hexagonal table with equal distances between adjacent persons, and in such a way that 6 persons sit at the corners and remaining persons sit at the middle of the sides, but not necessarily in the same order. The persons who sit at the corners faces the center, and the person who sit in the middle of the sides faces away from the center, or faces away from the center. And we have a twist. What is that? No two persons whose names are successive letters of English alphabetical series are sitting adjacent to each other. It means D will not be adjacent to E, F will not be adjacent to E and G, and so on. It is given. D is not adjacent to E, neither E nor F adjacent to D, and so on. Okay? The following information is not, the following information is known about them. Okay. Right. I'll take this information in the next slide. Right. We have D2O and the clues, and this is the structure. What the first clue is given? F sits at one of the corners and to the immediate left of K. Okay, let me take that. F sits at one of the corners. So this is a corner. And immediate left of K. So this will be immediate left side. So K will be here. Okay. Next. 2 persons sit between F and M. Who? Who means M. M sits opposite H. 2 people between F and M. F, 1, 2 gaps, M. Okay. But it could also be right side, right? Now, let me take the one more case. F, K, 1, 2 gaps, M. And M sits opposite H. So, H will be here. Even in this case, H will be here. So, these are the 2 arrangements are valid as of now. Okay. Now, let's move further. And remember that persons sitting adjacent to each other should not be consecutive letters according to the English alphabet. Don't forget that. Only one person sit between H and E. H, if I take right side, one gap here E, which is not possible because E should not be adjacent to F. So H one gap E. Now here also, H one gap, already we have K, so no issue. So it should be right side, one gap E will be here. H one gap E. Next. G sits the immediate left of D. G sits immediate left of D. Okay, we'll discuss about this clue in detail. G sits immediate left of D. First of all, G should not be adjacent to H. G should not be adjacent to H, and D should not be adjacent to E, and E should not. That's it. G should not be adjacent to H, and E should not be adjacent to D. Even E should not be. D should not be here. A similar case here also. Okay, F is here. Even G cannot be here also, right? F G. G cannot be here. Here G cannot be, and since it is a H, even this cannot be G, and this cannot be G. Even here it cannot be D, and here it cannot be D, because we are talking about the G and D. G sits immediate left of D. Let us verify all the possible places for D. Okay. If I take the D here, I'll check the every place. If it is a D, this should be G, but it cannot be G, means it cannot be D. If it is a D, immediate left will be this place, but it cannot be G, so D cannot be here. If it is a D, immediate left, this side already we have M, so D cannot be here, and D cannot be here. If it is a D, immediate left is G, okay. If it is a D, immediate left is G. Both the cases are valid in this case. Now let's move on to this case. We have already H, E, K, F, M who are placed. Let us verify with the G and D possibility. Okay. D cannot be here. Okay. Now, where can I fix the G? Are we missing any data? M sits opposite H. Only one person sits between H and E. G sits the immediate left of D. Okay. Now, D cannot be here. If I take the D here, G will be here. Immediate left of D will be G. G here. This is possible. As of now, this is possible. Now, if I take the G here, if I take the G here, immediate left, sorry, if I take the D here, immediate left of D will be G. It is also possible. If I take the D here, immediate left of D, not possible. If I take the D here, immediate left of D, G is possible, not possible. So this cannot be D. Okay. Next, if I take the D here, immediate left of D is G. It is possible. So as of now, we have sub cases as well. Okay. Let's see further. Okay. As of now, in this case, K is fixed, F is fixed, H is fixed, E is fixed, M is fixed. Okay. Fine. So still we have a cases here. After fixing all these persons also, we have a cases. Okay. All right. Fine. Anyway, it is E, so it should not be D. We already ruled out. If it is not D, it should not be G. But this could be D, and immediate left of D is G. It is possible. In this case, it is not G, but this could be D, because D and F are not alphabetically consecutive. So immediate left of D is G. So this case is valid, and this case is also valid as of now. Okay, let's see. What is next is given? Only one person sit between G and N. Only one person sit between G and N. If we take the G here, already we have E and already we have M. So this cannot be G, means it cannot be D. If it is a G, I should take the N here, but N and M should not be adjacent. But by taking G here, I may take the N here. N and G perfectly matching, and D. One person between G and N. Let's move to this case as well. If I take the G here, this I should take it as N. It is okay as of now. G one gap, N no. N cannot be here. N should not be adjacent to M. If I take the G here, one gap already F we have. G one gap, N cannot be here. So G cannot be here. D cannot be here. So the only possibility is G here, and you may take the N here as of now. Okay, oh fine, let's move further. Three persons sit between N and L. Three persons sit between N and L. N 1, 2, 3, L is possible. 1, 2, 3, L. L is not possible here because L and M are not adjacent. So here L is possible. Okay. Now N 1, 2, 3 already F we have. 1, 2, 3. I cannot take the L here because L should not be adjacent to M. So this case is completely gone. Now we have only this case. And even in this case, M, G, D, N, E, H, L, F, K all were placed except three people. Who are the three people? Okay. Last clue. Neither I nor J adjacent to L. So L is here. So it should not be I. It should not be J. Okay. Now we left with I, J, D is placed, E is placed, F is placed, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O. These are the three people we left with. I, J, O. And we have these three places to fix. 1, 2, and 3. And clearly mentioned that this is not I, J. So this has to be O. So O is fixed. Now this cannot be J because J should not be adjacent to K. So this has to be I. Remaining is J. So J will be here. This is our final arrangement. Okay. Right. Let's answer the questions. What is the position of I with respect to J? With respect to G, first right, second right, second to the right, choice 3. Okay, and it is the last question. How many persons sit between J and O when counted to the left of O? J and O, J and O when counted to the left of O. 1, 2, 2 people. Choice 4. Okay, and that's it for today. I hope this session helps you a lot. And if you have any queries, kindly send your queries to www.timeforeducation.com or write us at info@timeforeducation.com. And all the best for your upcoming exam. Have a nice day. I'm winding up the session. Thank you for joining. Before winding up, Gokul, you have any queries? Saidej? You have any queries? Gokul, Saidej, Ananya. Okay. Thank you then.